Okay, everybody, good morning. Happy Saturday. We have made it to the weekend, and today is a very big day for the Seattle Seahawks. They are taking another step towards the start of the season because tonight is Seahawks Football Fest. And this is not necessarily a major checkpoint during the offseason, but it's a notable one. And we're going to talk about what Football Fest entails. And we're also going to talk a little bit about how you, as a fan, can go participate. So, Seahawks Football Fest tonight, this is an annual event. Happened last year, happened the year before, happened the year before that, on and on. Basically, once a year, the week before the preseason starts, the Seahawks have what is called a football fest where you can attend. It's at Lumen Field. It's not the VMAC. It's actually Lumen Field. You can watch a practice and you can watch what is called the mock game. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you want an early preview of your 2026 Seattle Seahawks, and you want the closest thing to a football game since the Super Bowl, then this is your way to experience a little bit before we actually get to the games that count. And when I say games that count, I'm even including the preseason there where, let's face it, those games don't count either, but they count more than this. But this is the closest thing to a game that we've had in quite some time. So real quick, running it down, Football Fest, the gates open at Lumen Field at 4:15. Practice starts at 5:20. So I believe that is basically the time where the game starts. And I'll talk about what I mean by game a little bit later. And then 2 hours later, they have this autographed football toss. So I would certainly try to be present for that if you're going to go. But basically, this is an opportunity for you to get into the stadium and watch Seahawks football for a reasonable price. And that opportunity may not come up again this season because we all know about those football game tickets. We all know how much they go for. So, my understanding is you can get in for like $15 a ticket. I think it's $15 per. I'm not exactly sure about that, so check yourself. But if you want to go, that is probably the easiest time you're going to have to get into the stadium for a Seahawks game this year. So tonight, 5:20 is when it starts. Gates open 4:15. Go have fun if it suits you. If not, we'll talk about it plenty later tonight and probably tomorrow as well. Now, what can we expect tonight? There's going to be some kind of a practice and maybe we'll get something there. But the main event tonight is what is called the mock game. It is a simulated football game that is designed to kind of get the players on the same page as it pertains to preparing for a football game. And this is valuable and this is important because during the mock game, they will do pregame warm-ups. They will do a run out of the locker room. They will do a national anthem. They'll do a coin toss. It's basically meant to kind of get you back in the program of what it means to play in a football game. Not just playing football, but playing in a game. So all that stuff gets simulated and everybody gets an opportunity to kind of feel what it's like. For the rookies, this is the closest thing to an NFL game they'll ever be in. The stadium is actually going to have people in it as well. I'm sure it won't be filled, but there will be people there to watch. And it's a simulation. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here to talk a little bit about Prize Picks, currently the #1 sports pick app in America. The app is very easy to use. Check it out to my left here. You can do player picks where you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Or you can pick teams where you pick winners, spread, or total on any game or fight. The app is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, they have a great offer. You can play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. It's a brand new offer. Best time possible to get on the app. So get on over there and get to winning that first lineup. So remember, Prize Picks, code HMA. Download the app today and remember to always gamble responsibly. All right. So once the game starts, it will not really look like any NFL game you've ever seen, in all likelihood, because what it is it's meant to simulate a football game without actually being one. And once you get past the pregame stuff of like the coin toss and national anthem, they focus more, at least this is what they did last year. I went back and looked. Last year, they had the mock game, but it wasn't like a game where one team would get the ball, they would have a possession and then punt or score, and then the other team would get the kickoff or punt, and then they would try to go down the field and score. And there would be like a timer keeping track of the quarters, and they'd be keeping track of this. It wasn't like that. Last year, it was more like situations. We're going to put the offense out on the field against the defense in the red zone, and we're going to have them running plays in the red zone, offense on defense, to see what happens. We're going to rotate the players in and out of these situations so that the second units and even the third units can get some feel for red zone snaps. Then they might do stuff around midfield. They might do some plays at the goal line. It's not going to be structured. Well, it'll be structured, but it won't be structured in the way that you would typically expect an NFL game. The coaches want to see specific things, and they're going to dictate the terms of the game, because it's not really a game, to produce those outcomes. So don't expect to see like both sides keeping score or anything like that. It should be one of those things where they go up and down the field and set up in certain situations. Like maybe they get on the left hash versus the right hash. Maybe they run some third and longs. Maybe they try to run some short yardage. You might see just all kinds of different situations. And through running plays through those situations, it will probably be more like a VMAC practice than it is a game. But the difference is it's actually in the stadium in front of a noticeable crowd on the actual football field that they're going to be playing on several times this season. Actually, if you count preseason, it would be at least more than 10 times, and then whatever happens in the playoffs. So that is basically how it goes. I think that was all pretty easy to digest. The basic takeaway here, though, is it should be fun. I know that it won't be a game. I know that they won't really, maybe they'll keep score in some way, but it won't be like a fully organized game where there's a strict timer that keeps track of the quarters, and the score won't really matter that much, especially because you're probably going to get to see some backups play against starters, and maybe third stringers get to play against starters a little bit too. I don't know how unfair they're going to make it, but they're going to be mixing and matching a lot too. So the point is you get these guys kind of geared up the right way to play football. So that is what is going on tonight. It's going to be great. And the game is not going to be on TV. So if you want to see it live, you got to go. You got to actually get into Lumen Field if you want to see. So I'm not going to be going. I've never been to one of these. Really hard for me to get up to Seattle, just being honest. But there are going to be a lot of people there who will be kind of doing play-by-play, so I'll be following along. And I will definitely have things to say after the game is over. I'll probably do a video right after the game ends. I mean, I say game ends like it's a real game, but whenever they stop doing the simulated stuff, I'll round up some general talking points into a video. And then probably what'll happen is tomorrow morning, I'll do another video that goes into more detail of exactly what happened out there. So we're going to definitely get good stuff out of this. We're definitely going to learn something, but we're not going to actually get to see most of it. Maybe some clips will leak out. Maybe we'll get some clips throughout the next couple weeks, but we're not going to get to see the whole thing. All right, so that is basically the rundown of how this works. So what are we going to look for? What do we want to see tonight? I think that Flurry, the addition of a new play caller makes everything on offense interesting. How much do we use tight ends? What kind of formations are we in? How's the fullback thing going to go with no Robbie Oots? How does the run blocking look compared to last year? How does the what are some of the things that are being added to the offense that weren't there last year that Sam Darnold wanted to bring over from Minnesota? Things like that, I think, are going to be compelling. More specifically, though, like Jalen Milroe, this is a great opportunity for him. This in the preseason. After that, Milroe might not play again the rest of the season, so he's got to show what he can do tonight and in the 3 preseason games, however much he gets to play. Jadarian Price, if he plays, and that's no guarantee. Really want to see him. Manuel Wilson, we've heard great things about him so far in camp. If he can produce in this situation and then in the preseason, roster spot is safe. Defense, Bud Clark. What's Bud Clark got? Because there's no Julian Neal, I don't think. He's hurt. I don't expect Julian Neal tonight. I think that there's that. I think there's the competition for 5th edge. You know, Jared Ivey, Connor O'Toole, who's the other guy? Jared Ivey, Connor O'Toole, shoot. Why am I so I'm bad. Jamie Sheriff. There we go. Jamie Sheriff. I think those 3 guys, maybe Jalen Gaines gets thrown in there as well. Want to see what they can do. Maybe one of those guys can kind of differentiate themselves and earn that 5th spot. Riley Mills, he's blowing up a hype balloon right now. If he can blow it up a little bit further this offseason, then it would probably involve him making a couple plays in the backfield tonight. All right, so that's the rundown. There will be at least one more video later before the game starts, but after the game, I'll get a video up, try to get it up sometime around probably 8, maybe 8:30, and then tomorrow morning we'll go a little bit more in depth with whatever goes down. So I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks, and anybody who's going, have fun. Wish I could go. I cannot. And to anybody who cannot go but wants to know what's up, I'll be doing my best. Okay. Everyone have a good rest of your night, or excuse me, day. Go Hawks, and I'll see you guys soon.